Serious topic to discuss. A third of all Americans, women and men, suffer from bloating. It is an uncomfortable buildup of air that can form in your digestive tract. We know the side effects can be painful and embarrassing, but they can also be warning signs of bigger health issues. That's why we have the man, Dr. Mehmet Oz, here. Thank you for joining us. This is something that has to be taken seriously. What are we dealing with?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the reality that for many folks, it can add about 3 inches to your waistline. So for that reason alone, it's worth paying attention to bloating. And it's for men and women. Of course, we don't have the problem personally, but for a lot of folks out there, it's an issue, and they get embarrassed about it. And I'm always concerned about embarrassing questions because we learn a lot if we just be honest about the reality. So let's talk about what's really happening inside of our gut. And aside, of course, from the more common reasons you get, there's some serious causes for it as well.
All right, so let's go through the basics and we'll get to the larger issues. What causes it?
Well, let's go to, I have a quick animation.
Please.
So if you just look at this big image of you got a person who's obviously a little bit bloated, and you look into their intestinal tract, you'll see pretty rapidly that what we're really talking about is a civil war that's happening inside your gut.
Civil war.
And inside of there, you see this food bolus, like green going through there, and the intestinal tract is irritated by that, Chris. And it spasms and it rebels and it makes gas. Now, here's the deal. 20% of the gas that causes the bloating in our body is actually from gas we swallow. 80% is from the digestive process, because when the bacteria eat the food, which is how we digest them, their waste product is gas.
Wow. All right. So then we have to be aware of what we're eating, what can cause this, and then how to ameliorate the condition. So let's start with the causes.
All right. So classic causes are carbonated beverages, not surprisingly, because they have gas in them.
Sure.
And so, not surprisingly, if you pour this fast, just the way it causes
it's a bad pour.
Gas in there, it's a bad pour, right? It'll also cause gas in your intestinal system. As the gas as it comes out of the stomach, it goes down as well. A lot of artificial sweeteners, sorbitol in particular, are problematic because the body has trouble digesting them. Again, these sugars, the bacteria love them, and if the body can't digest them early on, the bacteria will take care of them later on. Same problem here. These are great foods, right? Beans, potatoes, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cruciferous vegetables, even fruits like bananas can cause them. The reason is that these vegetables will often have sugars in them and starches that are harder to digest. So by the time the bacteria in the lower gut get to them, all you get is gas.
So just because it's a good food doesn't mean it's going to help you with this condition.
And the average person has about 2 liters of Flatus a day. You know, half a gallon of Flatus. It is normal for us to eat a lot of fiber and have this. The question is, what do we do to our lives to make us a bit more socially acceptable?
Right. All right. And let's do that. What do we have here? We've seen the ads for this. Beano.
Well, Beano has changed my life, I'll tell you. If you cannot soak your beans, which is a great way of loosening them up so the bowel can digest them quickly, Beano is wonderful. It has a product that digests raffinose, which is the sugar that's in a lot of these products. And because of that, it allows your body to digest them more rapidly. Very big reason for gas these days, as well as bloating, is gluten intolerance. It's increased about 4 times over the last 5 decades. There are lots of great options out there for people who have gluten intolerance. These are examples, again, of products that are readily available in every major store. And here's the trick that you have to be aware of. There is gluten, wheat protein, and a lot of there's gluten in ice cream.
So you have to be diligent. You have to look for it, otherwise it'll sneak up on you.
And the fourth major reason that you get bloating, again, we covered them, you know, carbonated beverages and things you eat, these vegetables and fruits, the gluten, and the final is lactose intolerance. Now, you can take care of your lactose intolerance in 2 ways. The first is the byproducts that have lactose in them. The enzyme's actually in the product, so it digests it for you. It helps your body, because that's why you have lactose intolerance. The other is the byproduct that don't have lactose in them. So soy products, rice products, which I demonstrated a couple here, they look like regular yogurt and regular American cheese, but they're made of products that don't have lactase in them.
So you get the taste, but they don't give you the problem. This is something you can take also, right?
Right. Now, this is a great example. So we have some soap suds here. My little demonstration.
The soap would be the gas.
Exactly. And these are over-the-counter products, right? And they have simethicone in them. And if you watch this, the simethicone will actually dissolve this pretty quickly. And by doing that, it does the exact same thing inside your gut. And what you want to do is look for products that have simethicone in them. They help the bubbles dissolve, and wonderful for us for many reasons.
Get all the tips on abcnews.com. Let's quickly show a clip from one of your upcoming shows, because this is an interesting topic.
Yeah, and remember, a big cause of bloating is impure water. This is on my radar screen and yours. Take a look.
All right, so take a look at the clip.
But what people don't recognize, and this is perhaps the most important thing I'm going to say today, because a lot of you know there's a problem here, you don't recognize you've got a problem here, which is the water we bathe in and shower in. Now, I'll tell moms right now, and I don't want to hedge on this, I don't think that you should be bathing your kids in the tub unless you know that water's clean. This is one of the most important shows we did. It's on tomorrow, and I think it's got to be on the radar screen for all of America.
This has my attention, especially with bathing the kids. Dr. Oz, thank you so much, as always.